Tech billionaire Brian Johnson spends $2 million every single year trying to engineer immortality. His daily life revolves around a precise regimen of 110 different pills and supplements. The most critical component of that massive daily stack is actually a common generic medication called Metformin. Synthesized in 1957 from the French lilac plant, it has served for over 60 years as a foundational, low-cost treatment for type 2 diabetes. But the obsession with this drug now reaches far into the upper echelons of global wealth. Investors like Li Ka-shing have poured hundreds of millions of dollars into biotech firms, searching for the next version of this specific molecule. It raises a difficult question. Why have some of the most well-resourced people on Earth decided that a basic drug for the sick is the primary key to staying young? The scientific momentum began with a 2014 study from Cardiff University, which tracked the health outcomes of 80,000 diabetic patients. This chart highlights the study's startling discovery. Diabetics taking metformin were actually outliving healthy people who didn't have diabetes at all. Metformin activates a cellular energy switch called AMPK, which suppresses the biological pathways associated with aging. This effectively tricks your cells, forcing the body into a protective survival mode, usually only seen during fasting. Word of this cellular trick spread quickly, leading healthy, middle-aged professionals to seek out off-label prescriptions in hopes of hacking their own biology. But this strategy relies on a significant trade-off, forcing a healthy body to endure a state of perpetual chemically-induced starvation. The enthusiasm surrounding metformin faced a major challenge with the publication of the MAST trial. Researchers took healthy 65-year-olds and put them through 14 weeks of supervised weight training. Half the group took metformin, while the other half took a placebo. These results were a wake-up call for the biohacking community. While the placebo group saw significant growth in muscle mass and mitochondria function, those taking metformin saw their hard-earned gains almost entirely erased. Because the drug keeps the body in a starvation state, it prevents the very biological signaling required to repair and build muscle tissue after a workout. We see this in individual cases, like a 65-year-old marathon runner whose athletic performance mysteriously tanked after 8 months on the drug. He found that despite training harder, his muscles felt weaker and his times grew slower. For those using exercise as their primary longevity tool, taking this pill is like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. The physiological costs move from the gym to the nervous system, starting with a massive spike in vitamin B12 deficiency for long-term users. This deficiency causes severe symptoms: peripheral neuropathy, numbness in the hands and feet, and a noticeable decline in cognitive function and memory. Because these issues occur in older patients, they are frequently misdiagnosed as simple aging or the early stages of dementia, rather than drug-induced malnutrition. This aligns with traditional Chinese medicine observations, which have categorized metformin as a bitter and cold substance for over 30 years. This cold property damages the digestive core, specifically the spleen and stomach. This prevents the body from absorbing nutrients effectively, leading to muscle wasting and a loss of physical vitality. Whether viewed through the lens of B12 depletion or spleen damage, the result is the same. Chemically forced starvation eventually compromises the body's ability to maintain itself. These risks are serious enough that the FDA maintains strict warnings regarding who should absolutely avoid this medication. If we run the population through a diagnostic funnel, those with poor kidney function or compromised livers are immediately disqualified. For these individuals, the drug can build up and cause lactic acidosis, an emergency condition with a staggering 50% mortality rate. The funnel then filters out anyone facing acute illness, recovering from surgery, or dealing with pre-existing B12 deficiencies. Finally, the MAST trial results exclude anyone trying to stay active by lifting weights or running. This demonstrates a harsh irony. The proactive, healthy exercisers who are most motivated to take metformin for longevity are the very people the drug is most likely to sabotage. If the physiological risks are this clear, why does a billionaire like Brian Johnson keep taking it? He relies on a massive advantage: a medical team monitoring over 100 blood markers in real time, adjusting for every fluctuation in kidney function and nutrient levels. Most people don't have a $1 million monitoring team. Without that level of data, taking this medication is a high-stakes gamble with a hazardous chemical. True longevity is an active, physiological system. Attempting to bypass that system with a pill that erodes muscle and nutrients risks creating the very frailty it is meant to prevent.